Welcome everybody to Big Bear Ice Arena here on Saturday for this 2:45 final game for your Grandview Wolves playing Lewis Palmer today. No PA system set up on the North Rink here of Big Bear Ice Arena, so no starting lineup announcements. Tonight we'll get directly into the playing of the national anthem. Referees doing some final checks here of the nets and whatnot. Your Wolves coming in at 3-14 after the loss last night. Going to be facing a 7-8 Lewis Palmer program. We'll pause here for the national anthem. And we are ready to go here in what is this final game of the 2025-2026 CHSAA high school season for your Grandview Wolves. Bit of a bittersweet day. A lot of, for all of these seniors, this will be the last time they don the Grandview crest as a hockey player here. Several of them are going to be playing High Plains for sure. For others, this will be the last time that they're going to touch the ice in any organized manner, which is quite an amazing journey for all these parents that have watched their kids develop through the years to reach this point. Big game here for your Wolves. First line out today is going to be Kaylin Weber, centered by winged by Brandon Sylvester, Keegan Wall. We've got Tommy and Elliott on the back end, and we're underway here. Puck's going to be down. Lewis Palmer's going to chip that one down in behind Lincoln. There to retrieve is Tommy. Tommy works it to the far corner to awaiting Lewis Palmer. Brannick bodies body up. He's going to be able to chip that one away to a waiting Kaylin. Kaylin gets it to center ice where Elliott will turn it back over and come back the other way. Through the red line, he's going to take a long shot on, short hopping in on the goalie. He sees enough blue-white jerseys to cover that and get an offensive zone face-off. Two teams that have seen each other a fair amount over the last several years, so no love lost at all. Two evenly matched teams, but a game that I think your Wolves can come out with a win here to end this season on a high note. Lewis Palmer coming back the other way. Lincoln Ollie Sauces in goal tonight, and that puck is going to be shot on and find the back of the net with 16:28 left in the first period. The bridged breakaway there on a lost faceoff. It jumped pretty high up into the zone. They're able to take that and rush it down the ice for the first goal of this game. Faceoff now the center dot. We're going to have Drake Dunlop leaning in here. He's going to be winged by Emilio Kukic and Hunter Simmons. Puck's going to be won by Lewis Palmer, looking to break out from their defensive zone. They're going to chip it up the far wall, and that's going to be intercepted there by Kai. Kai gloves it down, loses a stick while doing so. Lewis Palmer gets around him, tries to center that pass, can't do so. Now Hunter trying to find Emilio. Emilio loses that, and it comes back to Lewis Palmer. Chipped up the far wall now, held there by Drake. Squirts out between the skates, retrieved by Quinn Simmons. Quinn's going to chip that to center ice, and Lewis Palmer will dump that one deep. Goes over the paddle of Lincoln behind the net. There's Quinn to retrieve to Hunter. Hunter's going to chip that over to Emilio. Emilio turns it over right in the slot, and that backhand goes up and over the net. Over Lincoln's head, wrapped all the way around. the ice right in front of the Grandview bench. Lewis Palmer fans on the first shot, now backhands it down deep and goes off for a change. Pinned along the wall there, too. Lewis Palmer there. Kai Pacheco, good job bodying that player up to center ice for Hunter. Hunter's going to try to flying Emilio. Emilio's on a breakaway bridge. He's going to go backhand, forehand, backhand. Blocked, save out in front. Good pass by Hunter to Kai. Moving down the slot. Great read by Kai, the defenseman, to see that open ice and take advantage of it. Two good scoring opportunities there. Now Holden O'Brien in the defensive zone. Gets tied up in front of the bench. Good stick work there by a combination of Holden and Emilio. They pin the puck into the far corner. Now Emilio trades places with Drake. Drake comes the other way, and he'll chip it high into the offensive zone. They're going to wave icing as it looked like it was tipped by Lewis Palmer there at center ice. Big hit behind the net for Emilio. Lewis Palmer rushes back the other way. Stops right in front of the Grandview bench. He'll go D to D now, looking for a lane. Big shot there into the shins of Lucas Borowski. That's going to go wide and behind Lincoln. Pushed up the boards by Will Bale. He takes a hit for his troubles. Now reverse direction, near corner. Will's going to hit his man back and has help from Holden in there, both battling for the puck. Two men each for each team. It squirts out. That was a trip on us. No call. We'll be able to take advantage of that. Will Bale now surveying. Spans on the puck once. It gets turned up to middle ice there. Caleb Brown takes a spill, comes sliding all the way across. And Gabe Dragon works to move that across the blue line. It's turned back the other way now. Lucas with a hard push off the wall near side for Lewis Palmer coming back the other way. Working that around. Shot, sharp angle on Lincoln. He gets the leg pads down. It pushes to the far wall. Tipped away there by looks like Gabe Dragon. Good stick work there by Gabe Dragon. He's going to reverse directions for Will Bale to pick up behind the net so your Wolves can set up. Brannick now in front of the Grandview bench. He's going to chip it up off the wall, not past the man. Puck's going to lay there against the wall, and Will Bale is going to have to retrieve as it's pushed down behind Lincoln. Chipped up now. Gabe Dragon looking for a breakout. He gets it across the blue line, takes a hit to get it there, able to do so. Lewis Palmer having to touch up, no offensive. They're going to go for a change. Grandview's going to have that puck taken away. Now looking for a pass. They're going to sauce to the slot. No stick available there. Now worked behind the net. Grandview on their heels a little bit here. Pass out, high slot, work to the blue line. He's going to survey. Now send a long shot that's paddled to the corner by Lincoln. Far corner in front of the Zamboni doors now. Abe Mayoris. Lincoln has that pushed out of the way there. He's going to take a long shot, blocked out in front by a flying Lucas. Now Gabe Dragon, he's on the fly. He's got Lucas Borowski with him, and good sliding defense by Lewis Palmer to interrupt that pass. And coming back the other direction, 3-on-1 now developing. Long pass across. That one hopped the stick. Good job there interfering with the back door by your Wolves defense. That pass will come across, hops over Brannick's stick. He'll have to collect along the wall and look for some space. He's going to skate through center ice, chip that one down and deep, and we will get an icing call with 12:27 left in the first period. So far, your Wolves spent a lot of time in the defensive zone. Not as bad as last night. However, we do want to see more offensive opportunity. The team looks like they've got a lot of jump. Pretty excited for this game. Again, this is it's kind of a heartfelt one. All these kids just kind of want this experience of this last game for this Chasta season to be a good one. So push there, far wall. Brannick's going to battle his man. He bodies him up, holds two to the wall there, and puck comes around behind Lincoln for Quinn Simmons. Quinn Simmons gets through one, man. Good job there. That's a trip. No arm up in the air on that either. Odd call there. Now we've got another icing call on the Wolves. Shots right now sitting at 3-2 in favor of Lewis Palmer with the 1-0 lead. Again, looks like a lot of energy on the bench, a lot of guys talking. Hopefully a lot of them are taking the time to savor this moment just a little bit. But at the same time, getting ready to get this job done. Again, this is a team that we've already beaten this year. We can do it again if we can just play our game. Quinn Simmons hard into the corner with his man. He bodies up. Good job pinning him off. That's going to be taken away by Elliott. Elliott's going to fly up the ice. He's got blue line, now red line, now next blue line. He's got Hunter with him. Takes a little shove. Puck goes in around the Lewis Palmer net. Elliott's still there on it. Now it comes near wall for Lewis Palmer. Good body work there by Holden. I'm sorry, Drake. Drake still battling down there. Puck squirts out right to a Lewis Palmer stick. Taken away there by Hunter. Hunter, good positioning. He's going to take a long shot across the slot. It's going to go to the near corner in the offensive zone for your Wolves. Lewis Palmer's going to turn it up the other direction. Not around Elliott holding that blue line. Now up to center ice for Hunter. Hunter's going to find Tommy. Tommy's going to push red line. Now blue line. Take a long shot off of the glove and wide for Tommy there. Love to see that. Elliott now, he's going to wrap that one down deep. Gets past Hunter. Hunter's going to watch it go to a waiting Emilio. Emilio's going to fan on it once, and Lewis Palmer will take over there. Right in front of the Lewis Palmer bench. Now that puck squirts through center ice. Now it's a foot race. Good stick work there by Elliott, hustling back and taking that puck away from the Lewis Palmer attacker. Pushing up now is Drake. Drake gets that to Emilio. Emilio pushes that in on net. Never got to the goalie. Taken away by a stick. It's going to be rimmed all the way around by Lewis Palmer for an icing. Your Wolves, with 10:34 left in the first period, are going to get an offensive face-off to the right of the Lewis Palmer goalie. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, as well. Us hockey parents in the sports world say today's Valentine's for everybody. For us, it's a Saturday with a game. Puck lying on the blue line right at center ice. Lewis Palmer controls. They're going to come back the other way. Big hit there by Kai. He's going to push his body into the bench. And Grandview will recover down low. Wrapped all the way around to awaiting Hayden. Hayden fans on that, comes to the Lewis Palmer defense. That goes off a shin pad and turned up the other direction by Hayden. Hayden's got Jamie with him. He's looking for an outlet. He's just going to chip it down further into the offensive zone. Abe Mayoris now in chase. Jamie picks him up on the other side of the ring net as well. Stepping in is Quinn. That's going to bounce over his stick, and now we've got a 2-on-1 developing. Kai taking the pass away. Lincoln sees that the whole way, makes a good blocker save. Puck comes near circle for Quinn. Quinn's able to chip that up to Jamie. Jamie loses control of it there, but recovers, and Abe now has it. Looking for an outlet. He'll go high off of the glass, right in front of the benches there. Now it'll come back to Quinn. Quinn's now able to set this one up, send it hard around the rink to the far side, where we can't quite get it out. Lewis Palmer still in control. Lincoln paddles that one briefly to the side. Lewis Palmer behind the net, makes a move around one man, reverses direction. Some hard sticks on the shin pads there. You can hear it whacking up here. That puck's going to be tipped high and out of play into the netting. 9:21 left here in the first. Pretty good jump from both teams here. Love to see that. Your Wolves seem like they're having some good energy. Keeping those major shots to the outside for the most part, which certainly a problem yesterday. Puck is down. That's not going to be won by Lewis Palmer. They're going to take a long shot. Lincoln never got to him, but he saw it. Now it's pushed out in front of the crease. He sees that sitting on the ice. He'll cover it with a glove, and we'll get a face-off. Puck is down, won by Lewis Palmer. He reverses directions right in front of the bench, drops it to his defenseman. He's going to take a long shot. Lincoln sees that. He'll catch, hold on for another face-off. I think in these situations, Lincoln's just fine, looking for a clean exit for your Wolves. If it's coming his way, he's going to kill it, try to reset this play, not get too much pace in front of the net, which is good play by him. Tip there to Will Bale. Will Bale can't get control. That's going to come now right into the slot, taken away by Lucas. Lucas up in front of the benches, tries to find Gabe Dragon. Now he's able to get to it, and it's reversed by Lewis Palmer. Gabe Dragon able to chip that one up to center ice. Lewis Palmer has to touch up. They do so. Pass out in front, misses everybody, and Will chip it back the other direction, far blue line. D-to-D pass here. Now through the center of the ice comes Lewis Palmer right through the logo. Pass up to the waiting forward. Forward's going to take a shot. That's off a shin pad of Will Bale and goes to the far corner, right out in front. And Lewis Palmer tries to wrap it in reverse shot there and doesn't go on net. That's wide. Now, Lucas Borowski chips that one up the wall, trying to get that puck out of play. Lewis Palmer takes it over. Can't quite get it out for your Wolves. Fanned on there on the far circle, looking for help. Grandview's going to get there first. Will Bale's going to take that over, chip it back to awaiting Emilio. Emilio's going to find Gabe Dragon, but it hops over his stick. Little bouncy ice there. Hops over Lucas' stick, coming back the other way. Your Wolves able to get a change at forward. Puck's going to come up to the blue line. Long shot on, tipped high up into the air behind the net. Lewis Palmer's the first one there. Puck to the top of the circles. That shot's going to go wide to Lincoln's left. Chip down now. Will Bale takes his man to the wall. Puck bounces up to awaiting Kalen. Kalen battling there in the corner. Now Brannick with a steal on a pass to the slot. He's got Keegan with him coming far side. Brannick's going to swing it wide, far wall, look for a cut in. Can't find it. He'll come around the net, try to find some help. Gives his guys some time to change. Loses the puck along the wall, reverses directions, goes to a knee, loses the puck, and Lewis Palmer's coming back the other direction. Tommy there with a good recovery, able to chip that one forward. Two Grandview players running into each other. That's Kalen and Brannick, both zigging and not zigging and zagging. Now Tommy coming back the other direction, moves around one man. He pushes that up the ice. Brannick drops back on defense, taken away there by Lewis Palmer. Now Lewis Palmer 1-on-0. Brannick's got to hustle back to give Elliott some help. Elliott with great stick work and body. Now Brannick in there to help chip that one to the near corner and push it up the wall to awaiting Keegan. Keegan just out of the reach of his stick and to the near circle, now far circle. Defenseman from the long high slot going to take a shot. Lincoln sees it. He will glove and hold on with 6:45 left in the first. Want to give a shout out to all of those parents, volunteers, everybody that has helped make this such a wonderful season this year. The record definitely doesn't show how fun this season was, how great all the people were as part of this program. Robert and Amanda here every game, just doing the amazing things that are bringing you the video to your home. Everybody that's volunteered to be in the box and give scorekeep runtime clock. It obviously could not happen without all of you. So thank you to everyone. That goes wide to Lincoln's right off of a redirect. Puck up to the blue line and shot long. That's going to go high and then tip down, played with a high stick. Grandview can't play it. Now Lewis Palmer touches up and moves that one up to the blue line in front of the Grandview bench. That's going to kick out. Now we've got a flying Hunter. Can't overskate it just a bit. And Lewis Palmer turns it back up the other way, though. Now Emilio, he's got space. He's going to find Tommy on the far side. Tommy's going to try to beat his man there. Can't do it at the red line, but he recovers the puck. Now he spins up the other direction, tries to find it for Emilio. Emilio finally with some space, skates in. He's got Hunter on the far side. Takes a shot to the arm there to get around. Looking for some help. Reverses direction behind the net. Can't quite find a centering pass and reverses direction again. Now looking to center this. Works down below the net. Tries to center that one out in front for Drake. Drake gets it to the near wall and up to Elliott. Elliott's going to send it hard down in and around. Waiting is Hunter on the far corner. Hunter tries to center that pass. It's taken away by Lewis Palmer. Tried to hit the streaker on the sauce pass. Got blocked off there, and Emilio comes up the other direction. And we are going to have an offsides call with 5:25 left in the first period. Face off right in your living room here, down to our right. That's going to be one back to Quinn Simmons. Quinn Simmons is going to rifle that one up to the offensive zone. Kalen Weber giving chase. And Brannick able to get a stick in there. Puck's going to go high in the air, right in the slot, sitting out there. Long shot by Keegan. It gets a shin pad, but Brannick's there to recover. And the skates of the referee. He comes around the net, tries to center that pass, and Keegan able to get a shot on that as well. Good hard work by those two. Now Keegan giving chase in the far corner. That was numbers, no call. And battling in the corner now, and puck stuck in the skates. That is Keegan and Kalen trying to battle that one out. Can't quite do it. Now Grandview's got to get back. Quinn Simmons, Brannick on the hustle. Great job there getting back as a forward. Pass into the slot and passes over a stick. They've got a player in the goalie. That doesn't count as a point, but Kalen's coming the other way. Coming hard here is Kalen, and now following up to awaiting Quinn. Quinn's going to take a long shot along the ice, hits a skate, and tips wide. I like that idea. Keep it on the ice. He had a crosser coming in front. That was Keegan. Chipped high and out of the zone. Icing is going to be the call with 4:22. Your Wolves are going to get another offensive zone face-off. Great turnout here for this final game of the Chassa season. A lot of parents on the glass. A lot of parents up in the library up there at Big Bear. Shot totals right now sitting at 9-2. I'm going to have to give Lloyd a hard time. I think I saw one more in there on that last shift that he hasn't put in yet, but I'm no judge myself. So Lewis Palmer rims that hard around the glass to the far side. They're going to reverse direction. Stick handles there up to the blue line and reverses the directions down deep. No one there for Lewis Palmer. They do win the foot race there. Now Abe and Quinn step in. Shot on there, goes across the crease. That was wide. He walked in pretty easily. Don't like to see that. Jamie now trying to beat her man to the puck. Puck's in her skate. She's just going to chip it up to the blue line where the defenseman reverses it down below. Now Lewis Palmer walking into that slot. A lot of sticks there. Not a lot of shooting lanes. Puck's down in the shin guards. And shot on reverse direction. That's going to be blocked away by Quinn. Good job being in the lane there. Up to the blue line. Looking to dance around. Long shot on. Paddled by Lincoln. He's going to see that. Rebound comes out. Taken around the end of the leg pad. And it's 2-0 with 3:21 left in the first period. Lewis Palmer team certainly coming out with a little bit of fight. Again, this is a team that we beat previously. I certainly don't think that they would have forgotten that. So your Wolves go down 2-0 with 3:21 left in the first period. Face-off will be at center ice. Drake leans in. Puck is down. Lewis Palmer wins that. It's going to be chipped up and over the stick of Lucas. Lucas will give chase into the far corner. Take a hit there. Puck still sitting in the corner. Now it's chipped out of the reach of Hunter. Long shot on from the point there. And now Drake will give chase. He'll swing in behind Lincoln. Try to pass that up. It's intercepted there. Lucas now with the puck. Reverses directions. Looking for an outlet. He'll send it up off of the wall there for Hunter. Hunter's going to try to find a streaking Emilio. Just able to do so, get through some skates. Emilio now walking in. That's a hook shot on there. Goalie can't find it, and poking at it is Emilio. No whistle. You're going to go for the puck, but he does have it covered with 2:44 left. Good scoring opportunity there for Emilio Kukic. Some extra words being said here between the players. Referee wasn't sure where the puck was. Neither was the goalie, so they didn't blow it. And a couple sticks went digging, and they took exception. Anyway, puck down and won by Lewis Palmer. They're going to bring it near wall and skate it through their bench area. Into center ice and send it far side into the corner where Lucas will chase it down and bring it around the opposite side. Chipped high off of the glass there, waiting defenseman. Goes into the belly of Emilio. Emilio is able to keep it in the neutral zone. Lewis Palmer having to touch up. Instead, just dumps it deep into the zone where Grandview will reverse directions twice to awaiting Lewis Palmer. That puck is tipped to what would be the near side of the goal. Lincoln was sliding far side. Very lucky there. 2:05 left now in the first period. Grandview with possession. They're going to send that up in front of the benches. Now Emilio. Emilio gains center ice, and he'll keep going. Swinging wide now. He's going to go hard around the net, looking for a centering pass. Can't find one. He will send it all the way across for Elliott. Elliott collects there and chips it down to awaiting Holden. Holden misplays, and it goes behind the Lewis Palmer net. And back all the way and around for an icing call against Lewis Palmer. With 1:39 left, your Wolves are going to get an offensive face-off here. Puck's going to be dropped far circle in the offensive zone. Won by Grandview. Holden's going to chase it down behind the net and recover there. Send that puck out in front. It hops up over a stick and comes out to a Lewis Palmer player. Coming back the other direction. They're going to take that one wide. It's going to go into the corner there. That's Tommy taking his man into the corner. Now collected by... Can't quite see who that is. I apologize. That's Holden, number 19. Now 14, Elliott. He's going to take his man into the glass. Little pushing and shoving there. That could get testy. Now taken away there. That's a trip. And we're going to get the penalty called here. Tommy trying to come around the net. Got the stick in the skates. And we're going to get the tripping on number 5 for Lewis Palmer. Your Wolves are going to go on the power play with 1:04 left on the clock in the first period. Shot total right now still sitting at 9-2. Puck is down, sitting in the middle. Stick's down as well. That's going to be Emilio lost the stick. He gives chase. Kalen now in behind the net. Brandon's going to pin there. It's going to come out to Kalen. Kalen's going to try to find Hunter up at the blue line. He's able to do so. Hunter's able to chip that one down further. Takes a swipe at it, and it comes all the way around to Emilio. Emilio's going to work that puck down low to Kalen. Kalen looking for an outlet. Finds an Emilio crossing, and now Lewis Palmer takes it away. Short-handed. They're going to rush this puck. 2 on, good pass across. And shot on. Good save by Lincoln there off of the blocker. Grandview recovers. Don't love to see that short-handed. Now a misplayed pass. And Lewis Palmer's coming back the other way. Lincoln has to paddle that one out of the crease with 20 seconds left in the period. Lewis Palmer with a steal, walking right in. Chipped up and over. I'm sorry. That is a goal. No, not a goal. That puck, it looks like it hopped up into the netting. Sorry, I lost. Oh, nope, it was in Lincoln's glove. He caught it. Sorry. Face off to Lincoln's left with 14.7 left in this period. Puck is down, won by Lewis Palmer. Wrapped around to the near wall here. That's going to be in the skates of Emilio. Emilio collect with 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He's going to send a stretch pass all the way up to Brannick. It gets through his stick. Before they can blow icing, we're going to get a buzzer to end this period at 2-0 the score for Lewis Palmer. 11-3 shots on goal, 3 of those coming while your Wolves are on the power play. We'll get a scrape, we'll get a snack, we'll come back and talk more hockey shortly. Welcome back, everybody, for period number 2. Puck is down at center ice. Your Wolves coming to jump out, try to get this game tied up, take a lead, get a win, finish the season strong. This pass is going to come to Brannick at center ice. He's going to chip that past one man. It's going to go behind Lewis Palmer net and all the way around to a waiting Kalen, who misplays that just barely, was working in the slot. Lincoln will slow that one up. He'll hand it off to Elliott. Elliott's going to try to stick handle up. He loses that puck. It comes all the way out of the zone now. Your Wolves still on the power play for another 20 seconds. Lewis Palmer working in. Saved there by Lincoln. He'll cover and get a whistle with 15 seconds left on the power play for your Wolves. Not a whole lot of offensive attack coming out of this power play to end period 1 and start period 2. We did gain one shot on goal. Puck far side to the right of Lincoln. That puck's going to be dropped down and one back to awaiting Kai. Kai's going to survey. He'll push that up the ice to Hunter. Hunter's going to find Caleb. Caleb's going to try to push that up and can't. I'm sorry, not Hunter. That was Gabe Dragon that found Caleb at center ice. And now Tommy with the puck. Skates into his own man. Both of them fan on it. Can't swipe that one by. Caleb Brown bodies his man into the far wall. Now retrieved by Kai behind the net. And now Gabe Dragon. He chips past one man. Can't quite get a hold of the puck, but able to get that into the possession of Drake. Lewis Palmer rips that all the way back around. Puck's going to go back around. And we'll play the classic game of Pong back and forth. Finally, coming out of the pile here is Tommy. Tommy tries to push that in the neutral zone, able to do so. Icing is waved off. Puck's going to go in behind the Lewis Palmer net. Gabe Dragon tries to hit his man, misses slightly. Puck goes into the skates of Kai and falls right to the slot. Can a Grandview player get there? They can't. Lewis Palmer comes out of there with the puck. Pass up through center ice, right through the logo. It's going to be tipped wide by your Wolves defense of Kai and Lucas. And reversed again by Lewis Palmer. Now Lucas coming out the backside with the puck. He's going to push up the far wall, chip that puck up the center ice for waiting Gabe Dragon. Gabe Dragon's going to push it along farther into the offensive zone. Lewis Palmer reverses directions. Puck goes high off of his stick, bounces in the neutral zone, and given off for number 40. They're going to take a long shot right off the Grandview chest. It goes behind Lincoln. He has no idea where it's at. Now he finds it. It's out in the slot. Kicked there by Hunter. Hunter kicks it over to awaiting Drake. Drake finds an Emilio. Emilio gets through him, and he's all alone right out in front. That shot's going to try to go 5-hole, and it's going to be saved by the Lewis Palmer goalie on a great opportunity for Emilio. He tried to push that 5-hole, saw an opening down low. Goalie able to close the pads and sink onto that puck, prevent it from trickling through. 14:31 left here in the second. Your Wolves still down. Lewis Palmer here is going to rim that up to the blue line, taking over there on a chip off of the wall to Lewis Palmer. 2-on-1 developing. He's going to swing wide. That shot's going to go up high off the crossbar. Long shot from the far circle. Lincoln wasn't back yet, but he gets there. Puck never got on goal. That's going to be chipped up to the blue line and into the neutral zone, where Lewis Palmer's going to be offsides with 14:01 left to play in the second. Face off just down to the right here in the neutral zone. We're going to have Kalen leaning in to take this face off. He's going to win that one back to Brannick. Brannick's going to take it to the center dot. Gets bodied off the puck there. Lewis Palmer will rim it far side and all the way around to the near side here. Taken away by Kalen. Kalen's going to take a long shot on the Palmer goalie. He'll paddle it to the near corner. Chipped up the wall to awaiting Lucas. It slips through him to the neutral zone. He reverses direction. That's going to be offsides by about a skate and a half. Kalen trying to hustle back, but couldn't quite do so. Face off will be near side in the neutral zone. Puck is down. That's one back to Will. Will puts a stick on it. He chips it down deep into the far corner. Lewis Palmer all the way around. They'll try to chip it up the wall. Kalen hard on the forecheck. He gets a stick on that. Lewis Palmer has nowhere to go but the other direction. Into the far corner, chipped high up off of the glass, into the neutral zone. Will stops it there, and it squirts all the way down and out. They're going to wave the icing. One referee had the arm up. Lucas bodies up in the corner. He's the first one to the puck, but it squirts out to Lewis Palmer. Now taken away by Kalen. Kalen's flying up the ice. He's going to try to chip it up to Keegan. Keegan has it bounce over his stick, now up in front of the Grandview bench. There's Lucas. He gets a body on his man. Puck right below us here. Sent all the way down off the side of the cage. Now Will Bale. He collects. Rubbed off the puck briefly there, but able to get it up to Drake. Drake takes a hit right in the sternum to make that play. It's still pinned along the boards. And across to awaiting Lewis Palmer player. Tipped by Brannick behind the net. No real harm there. Keegan's going to go retrieve. He's pushed into the wall, but still in possession of the puck. He finds Kalen on the fly. Kalen's going to tip it up to Brannick. Brannick's going to flying up the outside now. He's going to shoot outside, look for a sharp angle shot. Nope, he's going to hold on to it, wrap all the way around. Find Will waiting at the top. It gets through him. He falls down, and we are going to have a penalty on Lewis Palmer for tripping. Thought that I saw it. I didn't see the referee with the arm. So at 12:29 left in the second, Kalen Weber draws the penalty, and your Wolves will get a second power play of the game. First unit out here, Brannick, Kalen, Emilio, Hunter, and Elliott. First five. Face off to the chrome-headed goalie's left. That is a very shiny helmet. Kind of like the back of the trucks that blind you on the highway. That misplayed slightly by Tommy. He fans on it. Grandview has to touch up, and now they have, so they can give chase on the forecheck. Lewis Palmer sends that all the way up and down, obviously on the penalty kill. No icing there. Lincoln has that jump his stick. Now a pass right into the slot. Nobody getting back. Good job by Brandon to get back and get a stick on that. That man was left all alone, shorthanded, in front of the net with nobody on him. Pass just out of the behind Brannick. Brannick's going to let Elliott take it. Switch spots with him. Now working down as Elliott into the far corner he goes. Takes a spill there, loses an edge. Nobody's back. Emilio's hustling. 2-on-1 developing. And pass across to the waiting player. That's going to be put right in front of the paint and put in 3-0 for Lewis Palmer. 11:40 left, and your Wolves are down 3-0 in this contest. Face-off will be at center ice. Looks like, unfortunately, some new lumber needed on the Grandview bench. That's not a cheap thing to have to deal with. Referee's waiting here for something, not sure what. Looks like they put the Lewis Palmer player back into the penalty box. And trying to figure out the timing on that. We'll see if we can figure that one out here. Shots on goal currently sitting at 16-4 in favor of Lewis Palmer. Now we're ready. Whistle's blown. There is 1:11 left on the power play for your Wolves, down 3-0. They need to score here. Need to get some life back into this team. That's going to be sent up off of the shin pad of Tommy into the near glass in front of the scorer's box. He'll give it off for Drake. Drake's going to send a long shot and send it high up and over the Lewis Palmer net. That's fanned on there at center ice, and waiting is Kai. Kai's going to receive it back from Tommy. Tommy to Kai. Kai to Tommy. Tommy now has it. He dances around one man, dances around two men. He's going to try to look for a lane. Can't find it. He's shoved off the puck, and your Wolves will have to cycle back and retrieve in the form of Kai. 33 seconds left in the power play for your Wolves. That's going to be pushed up high into the air at center ice, and they're going to call offsides. Not sure you can call that with a puck in the air, but they do. So now your Wolves will have 26 seconds left of the face-off in the neutral zone down to our left here. Still no shots to start these first two power plays for your Wolves in this period. Puck's going to be dropped, and one to Emilio. Emilio's going to fumble that one slightly. Lewis Palmer will turn it up and send it out the other direction. Kai giving chase along with Tommy. It's going to stop up behind Lincoln. 14 now left on the power play for your Wolves. Racing up the ice is Emilio looking for an entry. He runs into Tommy, and that is pretty much the story of your Wolves power play. So that kills out the penalty. Lewis Palmer full strength. Man out of the box is first to the puck. That's off of Brannick's chest. It's going to fall into the skates of a Lewis Palmer player. And he's going to walk in, send a shot high up over a stick and into the netting behind the net, stopping the clock with 10:16 left in the second period. Face-off down. Drake trying to win that one. Can't do so. It just sits on the dot. Now he falls on top of it. Nobody can quite find the puck. That's Lucas sitting on top of it. Puck skirts out to the far wall. Lewis Palmer giving chase behind Lincoln. Reverses directions. They're the only one waiting on that far side, and they're going to send it up to the try to get it up to the defense. That's going to be swept away hard by Gabe Dragon. He's going to give chase on a hard forecheck. Unfortunately, we're going to get an icing call. And a reset. Face-off in the defensive zone. Lewis Palmer wins face-off. It's going to be near circle, top side, long shot there. Lincoln sees that the whole way. Puck to glove, glove to thigh, thigh to whistle. Face-off to Lincoln's left. Side to his right, unfortunately. Can't allow a player to walk straight into the crease and not expect a quality shot. Not much like you could do there at all. 9:34 left. Score now moves to 4-0 in favor of Lewis Palmer. Face-off down and one back to the Grandview zone. Elliott's going to give chase there with brand new lumber. He's going to send that one up and all the way down. They're going to wave icing as it slipped through the Lewis Palmer player. Emilio's going to give chase. He can't quite get there, Lewis Palmer, but he does turn it over, and that's going to be Drake. Loses a handle on stick, and now we've got a goal. That's going to be Hunter sitting on the near post, cleaning up the trash. Great positioning. It was great job by Emilio getting that puck to the center of the ice. Drake had a great opportunity, and his hand slips off of his stick. A weak shot trickles out near post to Hunter, who's in perfect position to stuff that one in for the first goal today for your Grandview Wolves with 9:14 left in the second period. 4-1's our score. Your Wolves showing a little bit of life. Face-off again at center ice. Puck is down. One back to awaiting Elliott. Elliott's going to go to Tommy. Tommy's going to try to find an outlet. Skates, slides in. That puck just goes just under Drake's stick and into the far corner. He's going to give chase. Lewis Palmer reverses direction. Tommy able to seal that blue line off, sends a long shot off. That goes high blocker side. And now we're going to have a pitch and catch with Elliott and Emilio. I'm sorry, Drake. Nope, that is Emilio. He'll reverse directions, loses an edge here. Lewis Palmer still in possession. They're going to work up to the D. Good job there by Hunter to try to send that one up and get around a man. Now Elliott's going to send a long Hail Mary pass off of the shin pad to Hunter in the neutral zone. Lewis Palmer will collect, coming back the other direction. Up to the blue line. They're going to work into the neutral zone. Tommy trying to reverse it. It's going to fall right out in front of Lincoln on the stick of a Lewis Palmer player. Good save there by Lincoln as it trickles through the crease. He's going to send that puck high up at Lincoln. He sees it the whole way, puts a glove on it like an outfielder, calls ball, and catches it. 8:12 left in the second period. Your Wolves showing a little bit of life, getting that recent goal by Hunter Simmons. Probably will get you the full scoring update here shortly. They will have a double assist, Emilio, Drake, Dunlop, and Hunter Simmons with the goal. Your Wolves battling in the near corner defensive zone. Now pushed up by Kai. Kai can't quite get it to the blue line. It goes through Brannick's legs. He can't find it. Now he does. Tries to reverse direction. That's going to be shot off the side of the net and then around to the far wall by Lewis Palmer. Circling there. That puck's going to push out and not get out of the zone. Halen battling hard. Lewis Palmer still with possession. It's going to squirt to the near corner in the defensive zone. Rimmed hard around by Keegan. Nobody there but Lewis Palmer waiting. And he'll reverse directions to a waiting Keegan again. Keegan still can't get that up and out. That was Quinn. Quinn sent a hard shot off the glass, but bodied up by the Lewis Palmer player. Now Brannick in front of the Lewis Palmer bench. She's going to try to get that out. Can't do so. That's tipped out in front. Good leg pad saved by Lincoln. First one of the puck's going to be Quinn. Quinn reverses directions. Bounces off a skate of Keegan, but now Kalen comes out, and he's in the neutral zone. At the very least, Lewis Palmer has to touch up. Kalen hard into the end boards. Bodies up with his man, and gets dispossessed, but he's able to chip that puck just far enough to awaiting Brannick. Keegan over to help. Kai now to help. Big reverse hit into the sternum of the Lewis Palmer player. He looked a little surprised by that. Quinn to Kai. Kai looking. He's going to send that puck up and into the offensive zone. Puck's going to be sent the other direction. That's going to be Quinn. Quinn sees a lane. He's going to go ahead and skate it in, shoot it in deep while your Wolves can change. Goalie had a chance to move that puck up while your Wolves are changing, but he'll cover. Thank you for that. And with 6:34 left in the second period, your Wolves are going to have an offensive zone faceoff. Puck far side, drops down. Abe's going to push that to the far wall, and then it's going to be rimmed around for Hayden Waldron. Hayden's going to retrieve there, goal line extended, fans on that centering pass, and Lewis Palmer takes over there. That's going to come up to the blue line. Now across center ice comes Lewis Palmer. Defense is back for your Wolves. Good block there by Will Bale with the shin pads, and Hayden Waldron now is going to pass that one off for Jamie Frank. She can't quite get there. It was a little bit out of her reach, and it's reversed the other direction. Will Bale waiting there. He's going to send that puck hard up off of the boards here to the near side. It's going to be chipped into the neutral zone by Hayden. Hayden's going to give chase on the forecheck, and he's partnered with Jamie there. Lewis Palmer coming hard the other direction and going to walk in. Long shot there from below the circles. Off of the pipe, glove side of Lincoln. Lucky there, that was close. Now we've got Lucas. Lucas is skating up the ice. He's going to work to the center. It's taken away there by two different Lewis Palmer defenders. Hayden's back to find that. Send that one up into the neutral zone for Jamie. Jamie has it bounce over her stick. Lewis Palmer takes possession there. She pins along the wall. It's going to come out to Will Bale. Will Bale looking for a passing option. Doesn't have one. Lewis Palmer steals it along the wall. Shot on there off of the glove of Lincoln. It'll go wide. Now reversed far corner. Big hit there by, looks like Holden. Holden and Will battling in there. Not sure who lost the stick. Looks like a Grandview player. Puck still in the skates. Still battling. No, it wasn't a Grandview. It is... Yes, Will Bale did. Nope, didn't lose his stick. That's going to be blocked by Will Bale's big butt. He's able to push that one out, up and down for an icing. That will give your Wolves a chance for a change. With 4:42 left in the second period. Puck is down. That's going to be shot across the crease. No real harm there. Lincoln saw it. Watched it go to the near corner. Tommy will tip that one up to Elliott. Elliott able to tip that one forward. He's going to have a little bit of a breakaway here. He's going to come in, takes a slash off the wrist. He's going to push into the far wall, takes a large hit there, but he's nowhere to where. Puck's in the skates, and he's going to battle back. Puck's going to come all the way around. Looking for an outlet. Can't find one. There's Tommy. He's going to not be able to keep it in the neutral zone. That's going to be offsides by your Wolves with 4:12 left in period number 2. About a 15-day break before the High Plains season starts for most of these guys, so they'll be back at it in no time. That puck's going to be sent all the way down. Hunter's going to reverse directions. It went through the skates of Emilio, a little bit too hot to handle there. Now it's going to trickle into the neutral zone where Elliott will reverse directions for Emilio. Couldn't try to get that quite chipped up through the defender there, but good job here on the help by Drake. Drake's going to find Tommy. Tommy's going to look for an exit pass. He can't find one, so he dumps it deep down in behind the net. And Hunter will retrieve on the near side, take a big hit in the corner to make that play. Emilio gives chase. He goes down in a pile. Both of them do. Drake's now dealing down there. Emilio comes out with it, and he's going to send it up to Elliott, who's going to send a one-timer low. Elliott's going to try to find that puck out in the center of the ice. Can't do so. Dang, an opportunity there missed. Now Tommy trying to body his man up. He slows him up. Elliott's there to help on the backside. That puck comes up to the blue wall. Big hit by Hunter there. Emilio overskates that slightly, and it's chipped high into the zone into the pads of Lincoln, who pushes it to the near corner. 3:04 left now in this second period. Your Wolves still down 3 goals. Pass out into the slot. There's a waiting Elliott. Elliott's going to give chase onto the far wall, and he'll keep moving up the ice. Gets by one man, but can't get by two. It's reverse direction and into the far corner for Tommy. Tommy now hard up over the glass. That's going to find neutral ice. Lewis Palmer has to touch up. D-to-D pass. And they move in front of their benches. Giving chase, Tommy with 2:35 left in the second period. He'll battle along the wall there. Long shot from the blue line into the slot. That's tipped high and over Lincoln. Coming around the backside is Emilio. Emilio's going to try to find Hunter. Hunter kicks it up to the neutral zone and gives chase, but it's going to trickle its way in, up and over the boards into the bench of Lewis Palmer. Shot total is currently sitting at 21-6 in favor of Lewis Palmer, holding a 3-goal lead currently. So up 3 goals, 3 times the amount of shots, and 2:15 left in the second period. Face off, not won by anybody. It's going to trickle in front of the Lewis Palmer bench. They're just going to hack it down. Kai's waiting. He reverses. Tries to body his man off of the puck, can't do so, but the puck does trickle up to the neutral zone. They're going to send it back in. They have to touch up, so the only one that can touch it is Kalen. He's going to fly up the ice through center ice. He'll chip it down deep, avoids a hit there, and Brannick will retrieve in the near corner and chip it back the other direction. No one waiting on that side. A lot of Wolves piled up on one side of the ice here. Cross-ice pass there. Brannick trying to get to the puck first, can't do so, and sent all the way down for a waved-off icing here. So Kai will retrieve in the far corner. 1:33 left in the second period. Lewis Palmer bounces that off the back of the net. It goes into the far corner. That's Kai and Kalen battling over there. I'm sorry, that is Brannick and Kai. Nope, Keegan and Kai in the far corner. I'll get it right. You know, last game of the season. In around the net, there is a waiting Lewis Palmer player. That's Kai, for sure. And that puck's going to be hammered hard by Kalen, and goalie will watch it slide by for an icing with 1:02 left in the second period. Puck down. That's going to be Emilio pushing it up the ice. He kicks it to his stick. He's going to try to skate that in. He gets around one man. Can't get around two. Shot out in front by Hunter. That was a great pass, and that puck is in the back of the net. I'm not sure how that went in, but I'll tell you what. Emilio found Hunter. Hunter put a great pass on it. I think let's see who comes to the line first. That's going to be Drake Dunlop coming in off of Hunter's rebound, pounding that one up and over the pad. Your Wolves have cut this lead to 2 now with 51.3 seconds left in this second period. Huge goal there. Excellent work by that first line. I will get you an official scoring update as soon as I have it, and that is the case. It is going to be Emilio and Hunter, Drake from Emilio and Hunter. So Emilio put the initial shot or pass over to Hunter. Hunter put a beautiful shot on the pads of the goalie, and it stayed low on the ice. And following up on that rush was Drake, and able to just put that one right over the pad of the goalie. So 2-1's our score. We've got 30 seconds left in this second period. Your Wolves, 1, need to not give one up in the next 30 seconds, and 2, try to put one on the board, and at very least, go down to this intermission only down by 2. Now we've got a breakaway. Here's Will Bale. He's trying to come out. We can't give one up here. He takes the pass away, gives the shooter to Lincoln. Lincoln sees it, and he'll glove it and hold on with 14.9. Good job by Will Bale there, back on defense, not getting in the lane of that shooter, taking the pass away. Lincoln saw the shooter the whole way. Faceoff's going to go to the right of Lincoln. Puck's going to be down into the dot and pushed to the far corner to awaiting Will Bale. He's going to try to lift it high enough the glass, can't do so. That's going to be intercepted by Hunter. Hunter tries to find Emilio, a little bit too hot to handle there. Lewis Palmer reverses directions with 2 seconds left. Shot on off of Lincoln's pad. And with the final buzzer, your Wolves are going to go to the locker room in much better shape than they started. Only down 2 goals now. Your shot totals so far through 2 periods, we are looking at 23-8. More importantly, your Wolves are within 2 with a third period. The last third period of this CHSAA season up next. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, everybody, here. Fresh scrape on the surface. 2-goal deficit for your Wolves and 17 minutes left for them in this Chassa season. Some of these guys, 17 minutes left in their hockey careers. Little bittersweet coming down to the end here. Some exciting news. We are going to get a little bit of replay analysis as Braxton goes hard over the boards into the bench. Seems no worse for wear. We are going to get some replay analysis by the incomparable Amanda is up here. She's throwing a microphone on for this last period of the season. And she will be talking about those replays because she has access to that screen. We're going to love to see that. Faceoff's going to be at center ice. Your top line, your goal scoring line is going to be out there. Drake leans in. Puck is down. That's going to be one straight back. It's going to go wide of Lincoln. He'll paddle it, slow it up for Elliott. Elliott's going to retrieve and chip that up the wall. Emilio trying to get there first. Can't do so, but it chips into the neutral zone. Now he gives chase. Can't beat his man to the puck, and they just reverse directions the other way. Icing's waved off, despite that being all the way across the red line. Hunter now retrieves. Can't find Emilio, but a heavy hit by Drake loosens that puck into the offensive zone for your Wolves. Drake right in front of the Lewis Palmer bench. Elliott now chips that one forward. That Grandview has to touch up as it came across the line, and Elliott will set up and find some space right at center ice. He's going to come across the logo, across the blue line. Emilio on the assistance on the blue line, able to keep that down. Now Hunter chips that one along the far wall. Lewis Palmer coming back the other way. They've got to watch themselves here. 2-on-2. Tommy back pushing his man to the outside. Long shot on. Lincoln will hold and get a face-off.
Yeah, so as we look here, while they're getting here together, replaying the last shot and that amazing save by Lincoln. Quick and fast, he saw it the whole way.
Face-off far side to the left of Lincoln. Puck's going to be down and stuck in the circle. Now it'll go far corner. Rimmed up and around behind Lincoln. Lewis Palmer in control there. Kai giving chase, hassling his man with a stick tap. Brannick will give chase far wall as that puck comes all the way around. And now collect and push it up to the blue line where Lewis Palmer reverses directions. Puck's going to come out. 2-on-1 developing here. They're going to push that in on Lincoln. Lincoln can't find it. He made the save, but it trickles down behind the net. Didn't quite see where that puck was. He looked behind him. Long shot there. That's going to be blocked away to the near wall. Keegan giving a hard chase there. He comes out of the pile with the puck, but overskates, and it just trickles right in. Now Brannick has possession. Keegan's going to skate with him. Keegan gets the puck here from Brannick. It's going to go far wall. That puck's going to stick up and be reverse directions. Now Quinn chipped into the neutral zone. Lewis Palmer has to touch up. They do so. Puck comes back to Kai. Kai's got time. Pass across to Quinn. Quinn's going to find Holden right at center ice. That's going to be taken away by Lewis Palmer coming back the other direction. Drop pass there. Good stick work by Quinn. Quinn goes into the far corner. Pinned up against the boards there. Holden able to come out of the pile with the puck and reverses direction. Looking for an outlet. He mishandles the puck and decides to send that all the way back around with only a Lewis Palmer player waiting. Pinned on the outside there. Chipped into the far corner right by the Zamboni door. Lewis Palmer is going to send that up to the defenseman. Defenseman trying to sidestep a line. Good stick work there by Brannick to push that in the neutral zone. He can now get a change, and that puck's going to come across D-to-D pass by Lewis Palmer. Pass right at center ice off of a skate. That's going to be Caleb. Caleb deep back to the D. Elliott back to Tommy. Tommy tries to send that across. That's going to be intercepted right at center ice by Lewis Palmer. I'm sorry, that was Kai and Quinn out there. A little bit of pushing and shoving here at the end. Nobody's worse for wear on that one. Lincoln holds on with 14:05 left.
Yeah, and as you can see in the replay, he definitely saw all of that coming right on him.
Puck is down. That's going to trickle right in front of the crease and could be tipped high up and over the goal. Lincoln saw it the whole way. Will Bale pinning his man, now runs into the near wall here. Lewis Palmer doesn't allow that to come out and tips it around, giving chase to Lucas. Puck comes to the center of the ice. Lewis Palmer's the first one to get there. Two sticks collide, but the puck stays in. Now reverse direction behind the net. And up and on the stick of a Gabe Dragon. Gabe Dragon over skates right at the red line. He recollects, chips that one into the offensive zone. And now right at center ice is going to be taken over by Lucas. Lost by Will. They're going to walk in. There's a hook, and that's going to be a goal. Two misplayed pucks on defense there for sure. 13:22 left in the third period. Your Wolves down again by 3.
Yeah, so seeing that replay, we definitely missed a few passes there and let that right through our defense.
So 5-2 is the score with 13:22 left in the third period. Drake Dunlop's going to lean in at center ice. Your Wolves need to climb back quickly here as their season is ticking away slowly. Puck is down at center ice. In the feet there. Two Wolves players can't collect it. It's going to be sent hard in off the far corner. Elliott will retrieve back behind the net and send it around to a waiting Lewis Palmer player. A lot of anticipation by this Lewis Palmer team. They seem to know where we are passing and when we're going to do it. That's off the shin guards of Kalen and reversed around by Tommy. Emilio's going to give chase in front of the Grandview bench. A bit of a lull here in the pace as a lot of the air has come out of this Wolves bench. Real quiet down there now. Pass up to the D-man. He's going to dump it down into the near corner in the defensive zone, retrieve behind the net, and send it back up in the circle. Walking goal line extended right along the line. That's going to be legged away, and Emilio's going to come out of the pile with the puck. He's going to come through center ice. He has Hunter hustling with him. It's going to be pushed all the way around. Hunter's there waiting. He tries to reverse it back for Emilio. He overskates, and down goes Tommy. Able to recover is Emilio, though. Puck sits now at Tommy's skates. He's going to work it into the offensive zone. Fans on one shot. Emilio collects there. Up to Tommy. That's going to be taken by Lewis Palmer, and they're going to push it up. Not out. Good stick work by Tommy to save that one. But now pass across by Hunter finds the neutral zone. Grandview now looking to come the other way. Elliott to Tommy. Tommy to Elliott. Sticked away there by Lewis Palmer. And reverse direction as Emilio tried to enter the zone. Puck taken on the stick by Elliott, that's going to be up to Hunter. Hunter's going to try to find a streaking Drake. That's going to be off his blade into the near corner. And pushed all the way around to awaiting Lewis Palmer skate. Chipped high in the air to the corner there. We have a tip off of the roof. So they are going to blow that one dead. Faceoff's going to come out of the zone. Not arena ball. Can't play it off the roof. Or so I hear.
I mean, why not? Volleyball lets you.
What? Face off at center ice. Puck's going to be dropped and one back to Kai. Kai's waiting there. He'll send it off to his D partner who takes a hit in front of the Grandview bench. And whistle here as
the puck hit the net.
Net again. So we basically just have a puck that doesn't want to stay in the arena. I love it. 11:24 left here in the third period. 5-2 is our score. Your Wolves with an offensive zone face-off. Hoping to get some offense out of this second unit here. Puck won by Lewis Palmer. That's going to come up and around in front of their bench. Giving chase is Lewis Palmer. It gets all the way through. We'll get an icing. He gave all the hustle in the world, but this is a no-touch icing league, so that was worthless. Face-off's going to be to Chrome Dome's left. Kalen Weber is going to lean in here, try to win this one. Puck is down, and in the skates along the near wall. It's going to be wrapped around behind the goal there. Tipped up. Nobody can get there except the Lewis Palmer player who's able to push that one out into the neutral zone. Now return direction by Quinn. Quinn finds Kalen. Kalen's across center ice now. He's going to send a shot in wide of the net that bounces off the back wall and comes out to the waiting Palmer player, but he gives chase. Now Brannick sealing the near wall. Kai stepping up. He's going to take a long shot there. That's going to miss and come all the way out to Quinn. Quinn's going to reverse direction, send it deep, and Brannick will be waiting there. He chips it down slightly for Kalen. who collects along. Quinn now stepping in. He sends it back the other direction where Kalen is waiting to give chase and send it up. Lewis Palmer now with possession. Kai trying to keep that one in. He can't do so, and your Wolves are offsides yet again with 10:27 left in the third period. Puck is down, won by Lewis Palmer. They'll collect D-to-D pass here. Send that up to the red line. Good tip pass there, right out in the slot. Good block there by Quinn. Puts the shin pads together. Doesn't let that shot get to Lincoln. Lewis Palmer collects in the corner, up to the blue line. Long shot there, bodied up by, looks like Brannick. Brannick's going to take that off of the stomach and push that up the ice. Out of his reach, Lewis Palmer is going to collect and reverse directions. Now Quinn. Quinn's got time. Trying to find a lane. Can't do so. Packs on the Lewis Palmer stick right at center ice. He walks around one man. Sharp angle shot. Going to be tipped high over the net. No real harm there. And tipped up by Keegan. Keegan will give chase on the forecheck as your Wolves are changing. Now Lewis Palmer into the offensive zone. Around the net here. Up into the near dot. Fanned on there. Defenseman comes and helps. Great block there by Keegan. He took that one right off the inside of the leg. That one hurt for sure. Puck now pushed into the corner. Big body there on Hunter. He goes tumbling backwards. That's going to be sent all the way down for an icing by Lewis Palmer, and your Wolves will get a face-off.
Yeah, and as we go back to that replay, you can see that hit that Keegan took right into the shin. Such a great block, but I'm sure that was painful.
Face-off to the right of the Lewis Palmer goalie. It's going to be rimmed all the way around into the neutral zone, out of the neutral zone, past the goal line, extended for an icing again with 9:13 left in the third and final period of this Chassa season. Puck is down yet again. We're going to have a penalty here shortly. Looks like it's going to be on your Wolves. I'm not sure what the call is here.
Yeah, looking at the replay,
but it will be on Drake Dunlop. Shot totals right now sitting at 29-8. Cross-checking is officially the call here to Drake. That'll be 2 minutes with 9:06 left in the third period. 5-2 to score. Again, those shot totals 29-8 in favor of Lewis Palmer. Puck near dot. Shot there. That's going to be sent out in front. Fanned on in the centering attempt. That puck goes to the wide side. Now, Grandview takes that away. That's going to be Emilio. He's going to rush shorthanded. Not a whole lot of time left to get this game back in the hole. He's got to do what he can. Cutting across is a Lewis Palmer player. He dispossesses Emilio of the puck and turns back the direction full speed. Stops on a dime. Again, taken away there by Emilio. Emilio watches him fan that around to his waiting teammate. Now behind the net. Emilio hard on this forecheck. Love to see that. They can't really get out of the zone when he's hassling like he is. Yet at the same time, with a 3-goal lead and 8:20 left, he has been able to. They can just kind of sit back a little bit. Referee now trying to get out of the way as Lewis Palmer brings that in. Big body there against the near wall. Lewis Palmer still in possession. Long shot. Nope. Pass across. They're going to take a shot from there. Lincoln sees that, and it does not trickle in. Sits on the line. It got through him, but it never crossed the line. It was just sitting there. Good job there scooping that one out. Couldn't tell who that was by your Wolves. Puck comes into the neutral zone and all the way down. Lewis Palmer's got to reset. .7:45 now left in the third period. 38 seconds left on this kill for your Wolves. Puck at center ice. Turn back the other direction. Long shot there. Lincoln will glove that one. Hold it with a 31-second amount of time left on the penalty kill with 7:36 left.
Yeah, so as we look back on that replay, you can see it almost gets past Lincoln. He looks back and he's able to stop it with his glove before it even goes across the line.
Face off now. Long shot sent in, never got to Lincoln. That one goes behind the net to the far corner. Big body there by Kai. Kai's going to give chase up the wall to Kalen. Kalen can't possess the puck. Lewis Palmer comes out of it, finds the defenseman on the blue line. Long shot there. Kick blocked by Brannick out in front. It's going to go to the near wall. Gets caught up in several sticks and skates. Couldn't come around. Now it's going to be possessed and sent all the way up and out by Quinn. Good job there killing that penalty. Puck's going to bounce off the back wall and be played by Lewis Palmer. Your Wolves able to get a wholesale change. Nearly stolen there by Brannick on the rush by Lewis Palmer. Grandview full strength now. 6:54 left in the third period. Paddle there. No real threat to Lincoln. He saw that the whole way. Now the puck's going to come to Gabe Dragon. Gabe Dragon pushes it across center ice but loses possession. He bodies his man near wall. Pass comes across for Lewis Palmer. Paddled behind the net by Lincoln. He'll chip that up and into the neutral zone. Lewis Palmer, cross-ice pass out of the reach there. They still come up with possession. That's Quinn giving chase. He's going to work around Lincoln, chip it up to the circles here. Still in possession. And now giving a long shot there. That's going to slide under the pad of Lincoln. He'll cover for a whistle. 6:13 left. Face off. In the far dot to the left of Lincoln. Puck is down. Not really won by anybody, but Grandview comes out of the pile with it. Now pinched along the wall. Lewis Palmer has it squared onto their stick. Sitting out in the center of the ice. Emilio's going to try to take possession. He skates over it. Now Drake skates over it. Now Emilio has it. There we go. Now we're working in the right direction. Coming down the near wall this time. He works into the near dot, tries to backhand, finds a waiting Drake, and a great attempt there. Not sure how that one got saved. We're going to get a penalty here. I would guess you're going to get a trip. Yes, and that is the case. So Drake drawing the penalty, rushing in there.
A trip. Yeah, definitely a trip. Two of them actually, right through the replay. Still can't believe we missed that shot. Went right behind the net.
With 5:48 left in this third period, this power play is huge for your Wolves. They need to put points on the board here. I apologize. We are getting a 2-minute penalty kill to Emilio here. That was not a trip on Drake.
It should have been.
No, they are calling Emilio Kukic for 2 minutes for tripping. So your Wolves with 5:41 are going on a kill that is a crucial kill. Cannot give one up here. Not sure what that was all about. Puck down far side. It rims all the way around up to the near blue line. Blue line standing there. Can't quite retrieve his Brannick. That's going to be near wall. Near wall to the point. Point's going to go D to D pass. Long shot there. All along the ice. Lewis Palmer with the backhand rebound. Diving across the crease is Lincoln, and he's able to keep that one out with a horde of Grandview players helping him out, keeping that one out of the net. Good job by Lincoln there to scramble back. Good back and forth passing by the Lewis Palmer. What are they? What is Lewis Palmer? The Mustangs?
The Rangers.
The Rangers. The Rangers, yes. Grandview in possession of that puck, able to send that up to the blue line, but not out. No linesman on the line. Couldn't really tell. It was close, but I doubt they're going to call that. That was tipped on by a Grandview stick. Lincoln was ready, and he's able to make that save. .5:13 left here in the third period. .124 left now in the penalty kill for your Wolves. That puck dances the blue line, doesn't get out. Grandview's able to chip that one in the neutral zone. Lewis Palmer has to reset. Tipped in there at the blue line and worked behind the net now by Grandview. 1:01 left in the penalty kill here. Worked out. Brannick's going to try to take possession there and get it clear. He can't do so. That's going to be pushed up in front of the Grandview bench. He's pinning it around there. Killed some time, but didn't get the puck out. He's upended there, and on the far side, Elliott's there waiting. Elliott trying to push that up the wall. Still can't do so, and now finally cleared hard by Brannick all the way down. Lewis Palmer goalie will paddle that one with 4:21 left in the period and 30 seconds left on this kill for your Wolves. That gets through Tommy. Lincoln has to paddle that and nearly doesn't get it far enough away. It slides through the crease, and Lewis Palmer still in possession of that puck. Big hit there along the wall by Keegan. Keegan's going to see that puck go far side and up to the D by Lewis Palmer. Dumped down high off the glass to the far corner. We've got an arm up now here, and still good here. It looks like it was played by a high stick by your Wolves. Elliott's going to try to chip that one high up. He'll catch it, drop it down to his own blade, and find a seam. Your Wolves at full strength. That's off the skate of Caleb. Barking is Lewis Palmer. Good paddle save there by Lincoln in the 5-hole. Puck goes around, 3:33 left, and we've got another whistle. And it appears that your Wolves are going to go on the penalty kill again. So with 3:32 left and a 3-goal deficit, Grandview will go back to the penalty kill. Call coming up here. We have 2 minutes for holding matching. We are going to have matching minors here. 2 minutes for holding. 2 minutes, I believe, for interference. Face off to the right of Lincoln. That's going to be a long shot. Never got through. Hit a bunch of skates. Tommy gives chase. He can't quite chip it up. Rimmed around hard up in front of the Grandview bench to the blue line, but not out. Now Kai back to retrieve. He can't gather that puck. Still able to battle with it and pin it there for just a moment. Hard hit from behind there by Kai. Dangerous. Can't get another penalty here. Lincoln will gobble that up off the ice and get a whistle with 3:12 left. Pass across here. That's going to be taken by Hunter and chipped into the neutral zone. Emilio's got a breakaway. He's got some room. He's looking for another goal. Can't quite find it. That slides wide of the goalie. Past the leg pad. Now into the stick of Drake. Drake on the near wall. Can't keep it in. And Lewis Palmer's coming back. 1-on-2. Long shot there, and that'll be posting in. Goalie side, glove side on Lincoln. 6-2 is our score with 2:52 left.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Lewis Palmer player got a breakaway there, and then he gets it right into the corner. Yeah, so as you see, he takes the shot. He sees it wide open to the right of Lincoln and takes it.
Puck down. Your Wolves trying to battle back here in the last 2:45 left of their season. Long shot there. Lincoln sees that one. That's going to go into the glove. Gives himself a little bit of a shrug, saying, why didn't I catch the last one? But, you know, goalie's hard, and you certainly can't blame him on a screen shot there like you mentioned. Puck near circle. That's going to be down. Lewis Palmer's going to collect that and send it off of a shin guard. It's going to trickle into the neutral zone where Lewis Palmer will send it back in offsides. They have to touch up. Will Bale giving chase. He chips it high up with the boards, and it does not come out. Now Lewis Palmer going into the corner there. They're going to collect behind the net, out in front, cycle behind the net with a 4-goal lead and 47 seconds left on the matching minor. Still playing 5-on-5 hockey. High across the Zamboni doors. It'll be collected there. Goal line extended by Lewis Palmer. They're going to just send it to the blue line, take a long shot there. It's gobbled up by Lincoln. And whistle is blown for a face-off far side. 36 seconds left here in the kill. So officially the minor to Elliott for holding, minor to the Lewis Palmer for slashing. Puck in behind the net. That's going to be sent out in front. Lincoln sees it, and he'll freeze that puck as well with 1:59 left now and 28 seconds left on the matching minors. Face-off this time will be near side. Lincoln's right side, his glove side. That puck is down, skates through a few sticks there, and not able to come out of the zone yet. Now, Will Bale giving chase near corner. He's going to get a body up. Good stick lift there by Gabe Dragon. He tries to retrieve the puck, can't do so, but it comes back to waiting Will Bale. He'll reverse directions, backhand that across the goal. Only person there. Oh, no, Grandview is able to get there. That was a good job by Holden. Now it's chipped up into the neutral zone. Gabe Dragon's going to give chase. And B on the forecheck. Lewis Palmer reverses directions. Big hit there by Caleb, but the Lewis Palmer player able to skate underneath it. Now near side, Caleb looking for a hit. Two Grandview players run into each other, and Lewis Palmer working all the way through the zone. Penalties coming up against Grandview here with 1:14 left. And Gabe Dragon is going to get to visit his father in the box here with the waning 1:13 left in the period and the season. 6-2 is our score. Officially 2 minutes for roughing for Gabe Dragon. Nice family reunion in the box over there. So your Wolves will end the season down a man. Puck is down up to the blue line, held there by Lewis Palmer, giving chase to Kalen Weber. Kalen Weber's going to push his man to the outside. Long shot there that's going to go high up and over the goal into the near corner. Oh, big shot to the head, and yeah, blow the whistle on that. That's going to be a call every day in every league. So, I stand corrected. Your Wolves are going to start the season even strength 4-on-4.
Yeah, that's kind of a dirty hit. See if I got it on the replay here. Oh, yeah, shoulder right to the head. Yeah,
yes, it was. Yep, and that's officially going to go as an interference. Just a 2-minute, although I believe the rule in head contact is generally a major, but that's all right. 59.7 seconds left in the season. Your Wolves down 3 goals, but playing with some pride, 4-on-4 hockey here. Puck pinned up against in the far wall there. Your Wolves are going to give chase. Puck's going to trickle out to a Lewis Palmer stick. They're going to send it up off of the shin pad to Tommy. Tommy can't quite handle it, and Elliott's going to have to retrieve the neutral zone. He'll reverse directions, come along the far wall, and that puck will be taken away, and one-on-one coming back the other way is Lewis Palmer. Good stick work there by Tommy with 31 seconds left in the game. Pushed up against the far wall there in the corner. Grandview's going to look to break this one out. Can do so to Emilio. Emilio's going to push through center ice. He's 1-on-2. Puck's going to be stick to the near wall. Big hit there by Emilio. Following that, Elliott's going to reverse directions. He'll walk through the center circle. Chip that one deep, and Lewis Palmer will take control there. We've got 8, 7, 6, and 5 left in the season. Puck comes all the way down. Lincoln will play that to negate the icing. And with that final buzzer, your Wolves fall in the finale of this Chattanooga season 6-2. It was a long season, a good season, and we appreciate all of you who have joined us throughout this. Shot totals today end up 44-9 in favor of Lewis Palmer. High Plains is next. Thank you, Robert and Amanda, for being here. Amanda, thanks for jumping on the mic. Too little, too late for you. Next year, we'll start your game 1. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day, and we will see you at the start of next year.